to see a game 3.
Well, we don't know. It could happen. We are off and running. And we're going to start southeast of level 1. So we've got ourselves the mixed overworld. So we don't know what overworld we're going to get. But we do know we have dark nuts in the overworld.
Yeah, that's correct, because in these flags here, these Elite 8 flags, you can see some of the dungeon enemies in the overworld and vice versa. Checking the start cave here is Crystal Saver. That's just a casino here, nothing doing there. We're trying to look for that wood sword. We'll try to get Redbirdgrad up to speed as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'd love to know what's going on with the Redbirdgrad, but we'll see that coming up in just a moment. So we do know we have dark nuts in the overworld. Dark nuts, you get a love-hate relationship when it comes to them in the overworld.
Yeah, for sure there, Rick. 4 HP normally for the orange variety, 8 HP for the blue variety. They do a ton of damage on you, and so, well, we'll just see how these enemies roll, because, of course, we're dealing with the plus or minus 4 HP enemy shuffle, somewhere in between. Well, if you're going to find a door repair penalty, find it on 0.
There we go. We got ourselves a Redbirdgrad. We found the Any Road sitting on his screen. And, ooh, Crystal Saver took a death.
Man, an early death already for Crystal Saver,
and
but an early death.
Takes a death as well as he was exploring the Any Roads. So, there we go. This is a dangerous screen right there. Now, the problem with having Dark Nuts in the overworld is the fact that it's another enemy that can take 2 hearts damage from you.
Yeah, that is correct, Rick. And we see some prices here. We have the minimum price for both the blue ring for 230 rupees and for the Heart of Shame for just a single rupee. Very interesting start so far.
Yeah, but how much are those bombs? We haven't seen them yet.
Of course, how much is the secrets? Where's the wood sword? There's a lot of things we haven't discovered early on here. Redbird going into this cave. And we had seen that earlier on Saber's side. Cheap wooden arrows at 67.
Yep, 13 below its normal price. There's our bombs. It's vanilla price 20.
Look at the price of that cheap bait there. If we're talking about a second quest 1 through 6 and a first quest 7 through 9, there's going to be 2 bait blocks. And with the price being 41 rupees, that's a steal.
You want that, don't you?
Of course I do. And I know a certain other former Zelda randomizer runner would love to see that as well.
Lack Attack? I don't know what he's doing, wanting the meat for. My goodness. What does he think this is, Arby's?
I was thinking of someone else. I know Lack Attack has done some.
I know who you're talking about, but that's a nice cheap candle for 41 rupees.
Indeed it is. So we've seen 41 rupees for the blue candle and the bait. That's 1 off the absolute minimum price. So far, these runners could be going on a shopping spree. There's our first cash, 34. Pretty good for the medium.
All we need is 9 more rupees, and we find ourselves a banana out there on the pier. So, Crystal Saver's probably not going to touch that.
Yeah, unless he absolutely has to do a world wrap. Yeah, I totally agree. I don't see either of our runners going back to that coast to pick up All Hail.
Wise decision by Redbirdgrad to go ahead and replenish his health, as Crystal Saver now is going to investigate the forest area, get spotted by a red Darknut, and then we'll run into a door repair charge, but that's a good one to find when you have 0 to your name.
That's already 2 for Saver, but look at this. Redbirdgrad finding the first Take Any Cave. He'll pick up the blue candle. That's going to give him a little bit of a weapon to go on some of these enemies here and for further high roll exploration. Good start for Redbird.
It's actually a good thing that this turned out to be a cave here for Crystal Saver, because if that turned out not to be, then he would have been in a little bit of trouble just because of how close those dark nuts were getting to him, and plus the Armos itself. And he doesn't have a candle where he can try to take the half a heart hit. And there is the bow for the Armos item.
Very nice. And, of course, the bow ended up being the subject of level 9 because that was the item that both of our runners were seeking. And a second Take Any Cave for Redbirdgrad picks up the heart container. He's now up to 4 hearts.
Now, Saber's going to have to be careful. If he gets popped by the Armos, he will die. So he wisely will reset the screen now, knowing which Armos is the one he needs. And, hey, we found level 9! How many Triforces do we need? We need...
Our survey says...
3.
Ooh. only 3.
So we now saw a hint about the white sword, but we can't determine its validity. That's because we're using deceptive hints. That merchant may have a ladder. He may not.
That's absolutely right. There's a 50-50 chance that that hint that you're seeing these merchants or old men are saying could be a lie. And Redbirdgrad's about to discover level 9 himself, and he's going to find out that 3 Triforce pieces are required to get there. So, by the way this could be going, and if silver arrows are fast, this could be a jet seed for both of these runners.
And I already tell you also that we only have, we do have a first quest level 9.
Ooh, and you saw what happened in that race against Redbirdgrad and Crystal Saver, how level 9 was the great equalizer. One of the things I didn't get a chance to mention is I think a second quest level 9 would have favored Redbirdgrad, so we'll see what happens. There's the bow for Redbird, so both of our runners.
We'll pick up there for Redbirdgrad. Definitely nice to have, especially now that you know where level 9 is. See the candle for 41 rupees. And since you've already ended up taking one from the take-in, you're not going to be purchasing it, as Crystal Saver doing the dance of the Lionels, getting around them, now has to do the dance of the Darknuts. And we find another level here, and which level is it? We don't know, but we can start making some guesses.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Level 8.
Could be.
We don't know.
Yep, and because of what we saw on both Redbird and Crystal side, we are dealing with the first quest level 9, which means 7 and 8 would also be first quest, meaning that levels 1 through 6 will be second quest shapes, which also means that we have a double bait block potential in play.
There's our wood sword. It turned out to be at level 5's location up on the Lost Hills. So Crystal Saver, the first one to pick up this sword, and of course with him and his palette, we've got ourselves the cotton candy sword. Redbirdgrad about to find out what is the coast item and says, next please.
Yep, forget that item. He's not coming back for it, and especially when you only need 3 Triforce pieces. And because of that, the odds of the ladder being required for the seed are significantly lower than average. And because I said that, Rick, it probably means we're going to need the ladder to beat the seed.
Yeah, well, more often than not, you are going to need the ladder at some point, some facility.
Oh!
4 is the top secret, but at least we get 3 of them and not one of them, because of the mixed world, but it's still not a good secret to find. But these 2 runners, they are good runners. They're going to get around without needing the extra things in life.
Yeah, money should not come into play considering that only 3 Triforce pieces are required. But again, going back to what I had mentioned, that means combat could be a much bigger play than normal, since they're obviously not going to have the money to buy that blue ring.
Crystal Saver doing the wise dance of the Lionels over there and gets around them and makes his way over towards the grave area. And we'll find, please load. Hey, there's your 20 rupee bombs right there. We're not going to see him go back to the what we call the forgotten spot anytime soon.
Yeah, that's right. And we also did see what the small secret was on both runners. It is 11, so I mean that is going to alleviate some of the stress, but not nearly enough to wipe out the terrible large, as we do have a candle pickup on Crystal's side and Redbird finding that same level.
So the interesting aspect of this at this point is who will make the right play. Like, there are many things that you could possibly see these runners end up doing in this battle. Nice clip through the tree there for Crystal Saver to come out on the other side. Moves himself away, and we are going to be heading on over towards the northwest corner for Crystal Saber. So the secret's what, 11? What is the mid-secret?
34, Rick, and there's a wood sword for Redbird.
So 34, which is nice, and it's above the minimum, or above the average. 54, you make do with it. Up in the northwest, we find a level.
Another one for Crystal Saber. So he's finding levels left and right, but not really finding much things to do with these levels. And ooh, we've got some red bubbles. Be careful, Crystal Saber.
Well, he finds a key, so he's at least going to be able to do a little bit more. And further goes, and there's the map, and we get confirmation that we do have a second quest levels 1 through 6, and we are in 6 indeed.
Indeed, we are in level 6. Because we are dealing with second quest levels 1 through 6, that means there's only going to be one item in level 1, and there's going to be 2 items in level 4. We do find our white sword item. It is the ladder and candle row, but unfortunately 4 hearts is not enough to pick it up.
So the old man was telling the truth about it being by a lake and being the ladder. So we found that information out. And so Crystal Saver's in this room, but this is a second quest push block room, because this in level 4 in second quest is where you get the raft. Redbirdgrad's in another level. Here it's the green colored level. We haven't seen this one either.
Of course, if this is a second quest, the letters are E, A, L, D, Z in that order to determine if it's levels 1 through 6, or 1 through 5, rather.
Judging by Redbirdgrad at this point, I think he might be in level 1.
Well, it does have a transport staircase, so you very well could be right. That level 1 could be here. And the item in level 1 is going to be on the ground, so you may have to full clear it, or it just might be there ripe for the taking.
So because this room could be a drop room, he's going to try to finish off this room. And he clears it, but it sadly is not going to be a drop room. And hello, Gliak.
It's a 3-headed variety, and there is a shutter door. And oh, he is picked off by the fireball. Back to the start he goes. That's a tough break.
Indeed. So Crystal Saver checking over here, the grave area.
I'm going to check a vanilla level 6 spot here. Saver trying to find anything that's going to help these runners progress. Nothing. It's a door.
Redbirdgrad is not in level not in level 1. This is not the letter E. So the continuation. This could be level 5 actually. This could be the Z.
Yes, the Z would be level 5 indeed. So level 5 in second quest has walkthrough walls, and there are 2 sets of transport staircases. So there is only a 1 in 5 chance that the room that he finds with the staircase is going to have his item, and there are indeed walkthrough walls.
Turns out to be another secret over at the graveyard. So 54 rupees for Crystal Saver, puts him at 65.
That means that levels 2, 4, 5, and 6 are going to have the walk-through walls. Now, even though 7 through 9, 8 and 9 would have walk-through walls in second quest settings, because it's first quest dungeons, we're still going to see second quest rooms, but we're not going to see walk-through walls in that. Is that correct?
That is correct, and so nice use of the bomb for Redbirdgrad to clear out the gorillas. And so, yep. Oh, nice that the red gorillas were 0 HP, too, or 1 HP.
Very nice. Yeah, and there's a heart container.
Yeah, that's a nice place for a heart container. You need a ladder to get that, but thankfully it's not heart containers a requirement to get into level 9 for now. Until Fred does something to actually add them.
Right, absolutely.
Here's a staircase. Is this the staircase we are looking for? And we find out that it is a transport staircase.
Yep, so the next staircase that Redbird finds will have his item, that he has exhausted both of the other transport staircases here in level 5. And Saver finds another gift shop. He'll get his heart container.
Yep, but little does he know, unfortunately, the ladder he's about to find, he cannot grab. And now he will know that he cannot grab that ladder. And we find another Gliak, and Redbirdgrad is running out of possible rooms in this Z.
It almost makes you wonder if that Gliak is required to get to that staircase. That's a possible staircase room there, Rick.
Yeah, unfortunately, Crystal Saver's about to poke his head inside of this level 5 as well. So we know we need 3 Triforces to get into level 9. The bow was the Armos item. What else the seed has in store for us? Time will tell. Crystal Saver's going to take the transport staircase. Redbirdgrad's going to top off his bombs.
I certainly don't blame him at this point here. He'll buy the maximum, and he's going to purchase some bait. That's a very smart move. Again, we're dealing with 2 potential bait blocks, and who knows if the bait could be guarding either a Triforce piece or perhaps the silver arrows.
I got an interesting question. Did Redbirdgrad not explore this area here? Because he did not get the compass in this level 5, and which Crystal Saber was able to do. This reverse C is a push
This is
block.
it.
Here's the item, and hello,
Oh,
silvers!
Oh my goodness gracious, Crystal Saver immediately takes the lead in this match. Redbirdgrad, a huge mistake, leaving out that room. Oh no.
We'll see how long it takes for Redbirdgrad to get back. Bakliak has the Triforce. Ooh, this is a nasty room for the Triforce. We're going to see if Crystal Saber can get his way through it down to a half a heart. Knows that this is the Triforce ducking his way around that, but gets hit. But now Saber knows that this is the room that has the Triforce if he wants to come back. Let's see if he does. Nope, he's done. That's too much combat for him to have to do. Good decision for Saber. Don't bash your face into something that you're going to be dying to over and over again.
Oh, absolutely.
Has every reason to believe, based on where that ladder is, based on everything else he knows, Redbirdgrad probably has found the same information that he does. Little does he know what actually happened.
Yeah, he missed one room, and we know how good Crystal Saber's routing has been through the entire tournament. It has been spot on. In fact, that's what won him his race against Redbirdgrad. He found that bomb hole in level 9, and now he's found the room that has the silver arrows here in level 5, and that find right there might punch him a ticket to the Grand Championship.
Crystal Saber Championships, Zelda 1 Randomizer, he's always in these. And it's just, it's no secret. He plays smart.
Exactly. He plays smart, he routes well, and let me tell you something. He does get lucky at times, because there are times where he still finds ways to win, even when he is not playing at his best. He always just somehow or rather, Rick, he finds ways to win.
Nice. Red Lionel's going down to 1 hit as well. That's going to get rid of some of the traffic that's over here in the overworld. Does the 2Q7 clip in order to find out that that is a money-making game. Has absolute no interest in playing it at this point. Saber has no reason to gamble because he knows where the ladder is. He just needs to get another heart container or 2 to claim that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, the ladder would pretty much be lock, stock, and barrel for like anything that could stop him in level 9.
Yeah, there's the hint for Saber. Not that he needed to know that. He already knows that, and now he's going to backtrack around and get this spot that's considered by a desert. As long as he can get past the stronger levers. Now, Redbirdgrad's heading back towards that level that was up in the northwest. We never identified where that level was either. Oh, no, that was level 6. Never mind. That was level 6.
Yep, that's correct. That was level 6 here. Redbird's going to find some money, 11 rupees. He's up to 112 rupees. But right now, all Crystal Saver is looking for is Triforces and Triforces. That's what he's looking for right now.
Yeah, so therefore he's looking for the smaller dungeon, so that way he can get easier Triforces than the one that's in that level 5.
So now Redbirdgrad is in this level that we might have speculated was level 8, and this is indeed a push
there's
block.
a push block here that Crystal Saber never found. Or he never attempted to push here. So we're going to see from Redbirdgrad if there's something in here that Saber never got. And it turns out to be a transport staircase. As Crystal Saber finds another takeany. He's found, well, I have to say 3 of the 4.
He has already found 3 of the bonus caves. There's only 1 more Takenny cave left for Crystal Saver. So right now, he has a 50-50 chance of picking up that ladder if he decides to make that play right now.
And that's right here, this jackpot room could very well trapped by the
could very well be 3 lemons, Rick. It looks like back to start Redbird's gonna have to go.
Well, anyway, as I was about to say before we did that, that triple bar room could be a push block room, because that is one of those rooms that is in second quest level 8 that's a push block.
Absolutely right there, Rick. And now Crystal Saver, I believe this was level 6 that we had found earlier.
Which one are you talking about? The one that Redbirdgrad's in?
No, the one Saver's in.
Oh, 6 was the one that Redbirdgrad just bailed out, that yellow colored dungeon.
Right. Now get this, though. Redbird's back in level 5.
Yeah, but he's not going to get to that room that has the compass and try clearing it out. He's going to try other things to try to figure out where this Triforce is at this point.
Yeah, but remember, keep in mind that the compass was in the same room that had the reverse C with those blue gorillas.
He's got to go through a transport staircase to get to it, and he's not going in that direction. It is 5 hearts to get the ladder.
That is huge. So now, any kind of ladder blocks that might exist in level 9 or any other dungeon for that matter, throw it out the window. Crystal Saver has the all-important ladder.
Yep, and Crystal Saver's going back into this level 5. He knows where the Triforce is, and Redbirdgrad trying to clear out these gorillas. Nice candle shot there for Redbirdgrad, clearing them on out. Saver trying to hold on to his sword. He does. Redbirdgrad back. Oh, he's going to save out of here. Okay, so where's Redbirdgrad going to now? As he bails from 5 a second time.
That's a tough break there for Redbirdgrad. I mean, that could have been his chance to get back to this game. I mean, we'll see what he's got in mind, you know, considering he's almost full cleared the dungeon and has come away with nothing. I mean, he's probably thinks he needs one more item to have a solid chance.
Saving up for a fairy drop.
Wow, that is knowing your counts right there. He's trying to build that count up to 16.
So what Saber is doing here is going in and out of the stairwell. These bats always form, or these keys rather. So he's going to try to drive up his count so he can get a force fairy, but he loses it.
Oh, man, that is brutal. Getting hit at the last possible moment to lose that count. Because, yes, you must hit 16 enemies in a row without getting hit. You get that 16th enemy, you're going to get a fairy drop every time, provided that the enemy is in some sort of drop group.
Yeah, this is, you know, these two runners are showcasing how much they know this game. It's just unfortunate that Redbirdgrad bailed on a dungeon that we know he needs to stay in, but he ended up failing. He ended up getting hit with a red bubble. But the big issue for Redbirdgrad at this point is that he needed to go into that stairwell and then head to the room to the south. And maybe that one key is part of the problem, because I think there may have been a key door that you had to go through to get there. Look at Saver go with the pausing strats, trying to get around this. Ooh, that fireball.
This is the combat we are so accustomed to seeing Crystal Saver with the pause strats right here. He gets him!
Good job!
What a clutch fight there for Crystal Saver. That's the combat that we're accustomed to seeing, and he earned that Triforce, folks.
And that's the pause stretch for Crystal Saver. So beneficial that even other runners started adopting as Crystal Saver does the dance. He doesn't know which one he wants to take.
That is the 4th bonus cave. He's already found all 4.
Which is why he was undecided on what he wanted to do.
Absolutely. And I agree with this pickup of picking up the potion because
I agree too.
Maybe he needs it for that Ganon fight again. And also, furthermore, it's one of the ways you can carry yourself from a red bubble curse. Drinking a potion's one way. Obviously, touching a blue bubble's another way. Grabbing a Triforce, going to a fairy fountain, and saving your game. Doing an up-and-ave save and restart your game back to that point. Get your sword back there, too.
Nice clearing out for Crystal Saver. And he will put out the bomb and go inside the forgotten spot to pay off some rupees. 24 is the door repair charge.
Yikes. So a poverty seed and a almost maximum door repair penalty. I just knew there was going to be a catch after seeing all those low prices, Rick.
How many packs of bombs have we seen these runners purchase so far in this run?
It's got to be close to a record. We really haven't seen too many bomb-dropping enemies in the overworld. I mean, the Gorillas are in their normal spot. I mean, yes, you've got your blue Lionels, you've got your orange Dark Nuts, but do you really want to be fighting those enemies to get your bombs?
Yes.
Why?
If I need them.
Right, if you need to, absolutely. Now, Saber's back in 6. He'll get his final Triforce potentially here.
So back inside of this level is Redbirdgrad. Crystal Saber back inside of this level 6. Still not opting to push that block.
Now, level 6, just like level 5, has 2 sets of transport staircases. There's only one other staircase in here that's going to have his item. 22 rooms.
Tatango 12s with a ladder. You know that's not the truth.
Yeah, that is about as far away from the truth as you could possibly get, as Redbird will get his first Triforce piece.
Yep, he's going to go back inside. He wants to explore this as Crystal Saber continues to do some exploration inside of this level 6. Zolls do not go down in a silver arrow.
Wow, that's a tough one for Zolls to not go down in a silver arrow. That means they rolled up high significantly. They don't really have 2 HP, so they either rolled up to 5 or 6.
We find out where this Triforce is, but we already grabbed it for Redbirdgrad. He wants to see items at this point.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what... This is level 1, so it's going to be on the ground. He has to full clear a room, or maybe it could be there right for the take, but we never saw it on Saber's side.
Well, Saber didn't have any reason to care about that once he got everything he needs, so that would have been so nice to get, but you can't get that from here.
Oh, that's brutal.
Attainable?
It is not. That is unobtainable. Fred, you got some splaining to do.
Unless there's a staircase that goes in that direction, into that room that's to the left, and you'll be able to either walk through or bomb into it.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the one-way ticket to get to that compass. I mean, that very well could be quite possible, except there's one problem, Rick. Level 6 does not have a one-way staircase.
Well, normally level 6 has a one-way ticket to hell.
Well, level 6 kind of does look like the state of New York. That's what I always call that ink flat when I see players run second quest. It does look like New York a bit.
Yeah, I love that little section of New York that sticks out into Vermont and New Hampshire.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, we've got some Poles voices on Redbird's side trying to clear them out to see if this potentially could be his drop.
Redbirdgrad standing in the middle because what he's trying to do is he's making it so those 2 statues in the middle do not fire, but he steps away long enough and gets hit and dies. And Crystal Saber right now still avoiding that push block.
And for all we know, that may not be the way to get to the Triforce, because all Crystal Saber needs is one more Triforce piece, but uh-oh, we've got ourselves a Dig Dogger blocking the rest of the way here in level 6 potentially.
Yeah, and the thing is that Dig Dogger's blocking the room that you come out of when you go through that staircase. So Crystal Saber doesn't know that those rooms to the right are accessible, but it doesn't matter. He does not want to spend a lot of time figuring out these dungeons. He wants to get to the dungeons that are small, that are compact, that can get you the Triforces fast.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Rick. He knows he's up against a world-class Zelda 1 randomizer opponent in Redbirdgrad. I mean, little does he know, currently he is in a fantastic position, and Redbirdgrad's the one that needs to make some good decisions. So he's going to purchase the wooden arrows, and with all the money he's got, you certainly don't blame him for that pickup. That's going to help against those Bulls voices.
Well, not only the Bulls voices, but the Gomas as well. Little does he know that there are free arrows for the taking inside level 5, but it's very, very unlikely we're going to see Redbirdgrad return to level 5 for a little while, which is unfortunate in this state.
Absolutely. And yeah, that's just the nature of Zelda Randomizer. And all it takes, and especially in flags like this where you only need 3 Triforce pieces to get into level 9, one wrong decision could be your last.
Nice clock drop for Redbirdgrad. He's getting the same door repair charge information that we saw from Saber earlier, but it's still good that he was able to clear that out by way of doing that. So, where are the other levels at this point? Well, there's one of them.
There's one.
Saber. Coming inside this level, finds out that it's nice and pink.
Now watch it be level 7.
Can't be. He's too far up.
Okay, well, then it's got to be, well, what could it be? I've never been really good at
I have a
second
feeling
quest
this
shapes.
is level 8, actually.
Ah, first quest level
We-
8.
Yeah, we may be in the line at this point.
Well, let's see if Crystal Saver can find an item behind this staircase. Nope, that's a transport.
Yeah, it's going to take him on over to another section of this level. He tries to arrow a Dodongo. The Dodongo says, I don't care for your silver arrows. Thank you.
And yeah, looking at the map, this definitely does look like it's going to be second quest level 8. So there's going to be 2 items here, and yeah, this is definitely a good choice for Crystal Saver. Not only is he going to get the Triforce out of here, but he's also going to have the potential of getting 2 items. And what if one of those items was the red ring?
Well, you mean first quest level 8, but yeah, it's still the same.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
It all depends on how fast the item is and where the Triforce is. Because if Crystal Saver gets the Triforce, he's on out of here and he's heading to level 9 without much of a concern at all. And I did like the bait usage for Redbirdgrad to clear out those red Lionels.
Yeah. Crystal Saver. So yeah, I totally agree 100%. If he finds a Triforce here in level 8, he's done. He'll get out of here. He'll make a quick beeline to level 9. And now Redbird going back to level 6.
I haven't seen what the item is in here, but it's becoming increasingly not an advantage for Redbirdgrad to be digging up dungeons.
No, not at all. I mean, the only thing that could potentially help Redbirdgrad would be maybe a red ring or the any key. And there's a heart. That's an important heart pickup for Crystal Savers. That's going to increase his health going into level 9.
6 hearts for Crystal Saver going into level 9. He still has his red potion. Very, very hard to think about a potential of something happening to him. But who knows? Stranger things have happened. I mean, we saw Redbirdgrad searching level 9 for quite some time in the first game of this Best of 3 series. Crystal Saver finding a staircase, and here's one of the items. It is the recorder, which not a bad find at this point, because who knows where we're going to find a dig dogger. And also, in the event that he does not leave here with the Triforce, well, maybe a recorder's blocking the level. Who knows?
Absolutely. So probably not the greatest of things you wanted to see here in level 8, but yeah, you never know if that recorder's going to come into handy.
So he gets popped by the bubbles and unfortunately loses his sword ability. So he may be wanting to find that blue bubble at some point. Keys may also come into a factor because we've only got 3 keys at this point.
Absolutely. And yeah, looking at the map, I misread the map when I saw that compass. There has to be a staircase that connects to that room to the far western edge of level 6 that connects to that compass. Because again, level 6 has 2 sets of transport staircases.
Saber doing the red bubble dance, moving his way around. Redbirdgrad, now with his ladder in hand, is going to go to the south end of this lake, grab his key. Well, it's going to cost him 2 hearts to grab that key.
The doggo dwells close to start. I wonder if that's true or not. We saw a lot of the areas in start. I mean, possibly a power bracelet spot?
Yeah, we haven't seen all of the close to start areas, so it's possible, but of course, deceptive hints, so you have to take it with a grain of salt.
Absolutely. Redbird getting through that H-mote room and finds more red bubbles. Boy, we have seen more red bubbles than I think we care to want to see here, Rick.
So Crystal Saver coming over the key in that room, and this is the final room of this area. I'm surprised he's trying to clear this out as opposed to doing an up and a.
I'm a little surprised myself. Hey, finally some blue bubbles. I guess they do exist after all.
What is this fancy stuff you're speaking of?
I know, right? We can't have nice and fancy things. We have to earn our keeps.
So in the event that Redbirdgrad is able to squeeze away with this game from Crystal Saver, Game 3 will be immediately following this. If Crystal Saver wins this, he's off to the championship, where he may have to deal with Redbirdgrad once again. It depends on who comes out of the elimination bracket.
Yeah, there are 3 other runners who are currently in the elimination bracket. Antlers is in the losers semifinals right now. He's awaiting his next opponent. It is either going to be Fury SK or the only runner to knock off Crystal Saber in a championship run. That's Jam Eveler.
Who?
Jammy.
You mean the B-Man?
Yes. Put him back in. Bees.
No, honey.
Okay, whatever. Back to the race at hand. Saber trying to clear this reverse C here, and if this is a push block, this is going to be a second item. So we're about to find out what the second item in level 8 is here for Crystal Saber, and it is the White Sword. Oh, that is massive. That is going to make level 9's combat much easier, doubling his attack power. Great find there.
I'm going to say this. Jay Coper in chat was saying that there would be 2 items beneficial to Crystal Saber at this point. Red Ring and the White Sword. Crystal Saber got one of those 2.
Absolutely. And
nice fairy drop.
Very nice fairy drop. Now he just has one more room to clear. Just an easy Aquamentus. Gonna shoot him down with the silver arrows. And ladies and gentlemen, 36 minutes and 49 seconds in, Crystal Saber now eligible to go into level 9, and he's got everything he needs.
What do you mean easy Aquamentus? I mean, he took 3 silver arrow hits to kill him. I mean, he rolled up in the HP.
I get that, Rick, but hey, it's Aquamentus. At least it's not a 4-headed Gleeok.
You shut your mouth.
Crystal Saber doing the whistle back to where he started there. I was thinking he was hoping that the whistle would take him closer to level 9, but he's just going to make the trek.
Nice use of the candle, but I don't know if it worked out for Redbirdgrad. I don't know if he still has his sword ability.
And he's going to warp to... So, there was a workaround to that, that Dig Dogger, yeah.
Yeah, that's where that transport staircase came out of, the one that had the red bubbles in there. So now this time, Redbirdgrad hoping not to get bodied by the wall masters. There's all of them dispatched, and that is a push block. Is this the item? It is the item. It's the magic boomerang. It's not what you want to see at this stage in the run.
Oh, that's about the worst item you could have wanted to see there here in level 6. Just considering the circumstances here, you got to feel for Redbird here, as Saber is now in level 9, 38-12 ends. What are we looking for?
First of all, I want to answer that question, but I want to mention that room that the Triforce was in, that Redbirdgrad was just in, that could very well have been the staircase that gets you over to where that compass was. You had to go past the Triforce to get to where the compass is. I hate when that game does that. Anyways, Crystal Saber's in level 9. He's listening for the roar of the pig, or he's looking for a shutter door that doesn't open, because that signals where the 2 things he's looking for are. And I already hear him.
Wow, this is the level 9 built for Crystal Saber, if it's that easy, of course.
I don't like that room. I don't like that room.
Yeah, Uncle Wizzy's clubhouse here in level 9, and boy, oh boy, are we going to have big fun tonight.
Well, let's see if the Beast is the room that's He is.
Wow, and ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. Ganon's original room.
Off-center. It's going to be a little off-center, so Crystal Saber's going to have to be careful, because one Hyrule driver will put an end to Crystal Saber at this point, trying to get him on a stun lock. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. The pig is down.
Wow, what a great Ganon fight there. a much different story with Ganon for Crystal Saber tonight. Down, gets the Triforce of Power, has the bacon, and the kidnapped awaits in northeast of Skull. Is that true or is that false?
We don't know. Saber's going to check this other shutter door first. Going in here and not in that room. I think Saber wants to check one other thing. He wants to check that nasty room with the blue whiz ropes, because that was a shutter door. And if that is the shutter door, that's a big fine for Saber. And it is!
Oh my god, that's it! That's it! And for the 4th time in 4 tournaments, get your GGs out. Crystal Saber back in the Grand Championship.
Wow, that is Crystal Saber doing exactly what Crystal Saber does best. Routing efficiently, using the mechanics of the game. He will be playing for a championship in a few weeks.
Wow, just unbelievable. And Redbirdgrad has got to be stunned in disbelief. Unreal how this race turned out. Beep, beep.
Redbirdgrad ends up doing the forfeit upon Crystal Saber's finish. Crystal Saber Silver Arrows in level 5. Big win today.
They were just like right after the staircase. The only problem was those blue gorillas were kind of hard to deal with. I'm kind of surprised they kind of grouped up at the top for me.
Wow, I've just got to say, wow, unbelievable run for you tonight here, Crystal Saber. I was talking about before the race how your combat was a little bit off in your first game against Redbirdgrad, but tonight it was on point. The bobbing and weaving against that 3-headed Gleeok, and then the immaculate Ganon fight you had this time around. Day and night between your 2 races. I mean, your routing was impeccable. I mean, that's all I got to say, Crystal Saber. You just absolutely blazed through the seed.
Thanks. It's kind of hard to find dungeons. You were pretty much forced to go towards certain dungeons, I think, in this seed. And this time I had a potion ready for Ganon, just in case. I don't care if I have 5 hearts, I'm going to get that potion.
Yeah, it was your path to get to level 9 was 1, 5, and 8. And one interesting thing about your run was the fact that you never got to the Triforce in level 6.
Yeah, recorder block. Once I found the recorder in 8, I was thinking of bailing. Because was that?
No, it actually wasn't. That funky block room with the red bubbles was a push block that took you over the right 4 rooms.
Wow. Good thing I didn't leave then. I didn't know I was in 8 until I got into like the very bottom of the map. And then I was like, wait a minute. But I marked 8 above 9.
And then nice burning of the silver arrows and bombing of the silver arrows to Redbirdgrad.
I don't blame you for that one bit, Redbirdgrad. Oh my goodness gracious. That was the game right there. I mean, it came down to level 5, not level 9, not level 7, level 5.
Hey, GG Saber.
GG, man. Did you miss the room, or did you just die in the room, or what happened?
I was dead set that my room was the Gleeok room coming up the middle of the Z, and I got red bubble probably 5 times. I was so sick of red bubbles that I just bounced.
I never got into that room. I killed the Gleeok at the top. That was the only one I saw in that dungeon.
There's one in a dark room that was all the way towards the very top of the Z. I think it actually turned out to be one room south of where the silver arrows turned out to be, but
southeast of them.
Yeah, the one Gleeok that Crystal Saber ended up killing was the one that had the Triforce, the one that you actually died to your first go around Redbirdgrad.
Yeah, I mean, and that's probably I don't know how easy 9 was, how clean 9 was, but
do you want to know?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. You know how level 9 was the great equalizer last time? Not even remotely close. It was like a 2-minute level 9 for Saber.
Yeah, I didn't figure because of the time that I saw on it. Like, I knew this was going to be quick, and I knew having a game advantage and just how Saber played that he was going to dive 9 no matter what, silvers or not. And then I saw like when he died down, I'm like, okay, silvers were either in one of the dungeons that I've been in, or they're very quick at 9. So it kind of played out the way I thought. And the problems that I had maneuvering through the red bubble rooms, like it sealed my fate. I knew during like the last half of this run that I had lost it already.
So, one other thing about Crystal Saber, and I have to ask you, Saber, what were your thoughts when you pushed that block to find the second item in level 8 and what exactly it was?
I didn't think much of it other than, hey, I know I'm in level 8. Are we talking about the white sword?
No, I meant the white sword, yeah.
Yeah, when I saw the white sword, it's nice, but definitely not needed. I'd rather get... Actually, wait a minute. Hold on, let me think. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that would have been nice. I would have wanted an any key or red ring. I guess white sword is third to best as a final item to have. But when I saw it, I was kind of like, okay, I just found the item. Where's the Triforce? Like, that was my mentality. Where's the Triforce? I will check staircases quickly. Where's the Triforce? So I didn't have much of a reaction to that, to be honest.
So, I'm first going to ask Redbirdgrad. You're obviously not out. You're heading on down towards the base, but you have a chance for redemption. Your thoughts heading down?
Well, I have no idea who I'm going to play yet, but no matter who it is of the 3, they all scare the crap out of me. I said it on stream before I got on here. I'm like, if I were to lose one of these 2 tonight, which is most likely because I was a heavy underdog in this anyway, it didn't matter which one of the 3 came out. I'm probably going to be an underdog again. So it'll be a lot of fun. This one kind of bites because it just didn't feel like a seed that I've been practicing. Like it just felt weird. So I'm itching to get back into it. I'm itching to get back into. I want to play right now. Like I would love to back this and play right now. But yeah,
you should have seen the seed that Saber was practicing earlier. I'd have to assume that Saber would have to say that this seed was nothing like the one he was practicing.
You are 100% correct on that one. I still have yet to finish the seed.
So yeah, the 3 competitors that you potentially could be facing, Redbird, are either Fury SK, Antlers, or, as I mentioned earlier, the only person to knock off Crystal Saver in a championship race, Jam Evilar.
Yeah, I can just forfeit now. Let one of those 3 just come back up to place.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, no, you don't. You got to give yourself a little more
man.
confidence here, Redbirdgrad. You made it all this way. Who knows?
Well, the cool thing about those 3 names is that I've beaten 2 of them in this tournament. So I know they're like looking for revenge against me right now.
Hey, Redbird.
Exactly right.
Guess what happens to you now?
Oh, I'm doing second quest damageless. Let's go.
All day, all night.
By the way,
That's right. We had a wager between you two. You want to talk about that?
I feel very sorry for you, Crystal Saver, because you don't get to hear the awesome soundtrack of Gauntlet.
Well, I can play it now, but I don't have to be blind, apparently.
Right.
But I don't know if I want to.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, maybe I'll try it someday. But at least now I'm not forced to, so.
No, I want to speak on this for a second because, I mean, if you guys don't know that anybody watching right now, the guy that I just played, everybody knows Saber, but you don't know, he's the only person in the entire world to beat first and second quest both damageless, not taking a bop, not taking any damage whatsoever. People have followed in his footsteps on first quest, but nobody can do it on second yet, which is what he's challenged me to now. So this dude is amazing. So give all
really
the
is.
props right now and chat to him.
I'm no
You'll
question
definitely be
about it.
second.
I'm still amazed at what you did, about a month back, doing Oracle of Ages and Seasons blindfolded. That was just insane. That was nuts. That was awesome.
Thanks. I do have another game coming up soon, but it will depend on the holidays, most likely, in December.
Teaser. Be sure to follow these two. These two got great mad skills, yo.
Absolutely. These two are the best in the business in this tournament. And Redbird, I don't care what you say. I think you're easily in the top 5, if not in the top 3 in Zelda randomizer play in the world right now. You've been absolutely amazing for this tournament.
I appreciate that. And there's 5 left right now, conveniently, so that's a pretty accurate statement.
What do you know?
Absolutely. So we're going to be keeping an eye on how the elimination bracket moves on. More matches should be coming your way sometime in the next week. We will have Saber waiting on the sidelines, waiting for his opponent to emerge out of the basement.
So, Crystal Saver, this is the 4th major tournament we've had, and you've made it to the championship round all 4 times. Having said that, who are you hoping you get to face in the Grand Championship?
No offense. I want to offend anybody by picking a name out here. The first,
You don't have to pick.
Fury or Antlers. I actually want to see one of those 2 new bloods come out.
Oh, I got you there. Yes, Antlers and Fury SK. I mean, Antlers came out of the Swiss rounds perfect 5-0, and Fury SK and Jam Evil are in their own right strong, exceptional runners here. So I tell you what, no matter who you face in the Grand Championship, I guarantee it's going to be one heck of a showdown.
It will be. If Redbird or Jam gets in, oh boy. Redbird's going to be angry at me, and Jam's just... he's a lovable guy.
Dude, I don't get angry.
It's hard to beat him.
Well, if you're now... another thing I kind of want to point out to you, Crystal Saber, with this win tonight, I don't know if you've kept track of this, but you have won 13 consecutive bracket stage matches dating back to last tournament.
That doesn't count, because these are different flags, so...
I understand they're different flags, but it's a statistic nonetheless.
Gotcha. I was going to say, we were supposed to play round 3, so if me and Redbird played round 3 right now, I bet he'd kick my ass and then kick me out of that winning streak.
You never know. That's why they play the game.
Absolutely. You two, I mean, just GG on a very competitive series, a very fantastic gameplay from the both of you. You guys were terrific. And Redbirdgrad, of course, we're going to see you later on. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a rematch in the Grand Championship.
I do want to point out one thing, and just to make sure that all the viewers here are on the same page. So Crystal Saber advances to the championship. It's going to be a best of 5 championship. Crystal Saber gets a 1-game advantage for coming out of the top bracket.
Yeah, that's correct, Adirondack Rick. We have reinstated that rule for this tournament. We didn't have it for the last tournament, but yes, Crystal Saber will get that extra incentive for emerging from the winner's bracket.
So Redbird, if you get out of the basement round and you come up and we have the finals match, are we gonna up the game in terms of the stakes?
Yeah, let's throw something else on there. Throw another bet on the line for sure.
Second quest blindfolded for you or something?
We could do so. Yeah, right. No, let's do one of the 5 as a one-hit KO.
One of the 5 as a one-hit KO? I'm down for that if the admins are down for that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, we'll see how that goes when these two schedule that. If they get that far, there's some hungry competitors down there in that basement, hungry for the revenge, as Redbirdgrad has pointed out. Let's go ahead and wrap things up here. Special thanks over to Cross Country Guy for doing the tracking for us. Lots of Cars fans, been a lot of fun doing this.
Oh, absolutely. This was a very exciting race. We saw vintage Crystal Saber here tonight, and right now, he might be the one to beat, but when we get to the Grand Championship, I'm telling you, the gloves are going to come off.
But it's winter. You got to put them back on. You'll get cold.
Well,
Yeah, pretty chilly out here, too.
touche, Crystal Saber, touche.
At least this isn't linked to the patch where you need them to lift up stones.
Right. And Zelda 2, where you need the gloves to break blocks with your sword.
All right, we will go ahead and talk to you next time. Let's go ahead and just get out of here. Thanks to everyone for joining us, and we will see you next time for more The Legend of Zelda. Be sure to check out the schedule when those matches get scheduled, because we still got some more to go before we get to the Grand Championship.
Yeah, that's right. We have a few more matches that we need to take care of down in the bonus bracket before we have our Grand Championship. And already it's Fury SK versus Jam Evil to determine who faces Antlers in that next round, the losers semifinals. So that's going to do it for us here tonight, Rick.
Yeah, thank you for watching. And once again, be sure to follow these runners, Redbirdgrad and Crystal Saber, two phenomenal, not just runners, but people overall.
Absolutely. They were terrific tonight. And make sure you give my commentator partner, Adirondack Rick, a follow as well. He's an excellent Zelda randomizer runner in his own right.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Not a problem. So for everybody here on the Speed Gaming family of networks, it's LOZ Cards Fan 23 signing off. We wish you a happy week here and a very blessed Thanksgiving.
Goodbye, everyone.